What's up? Look who I got with me.
What's up, bitches?
Kyle K.
I like the double chin angle that we got going on.
Nah, we look sexy. I got this.
Okay. I got a double chin in this
Shit right here. We are on our way to the new Catskills Casino. So that's why our hands shaking. Oh, there we go. That's a little better. That's not terrible.
No, that's horrendous. He forgot his stand, which is why it's like shaky and whatnot. So you're gonna have to deal with that.
Yeah, and our video will smell like black ice.
That has been in the car since the car was purchased.
I think
So,
that's
it has zero smell left. It's
yeah.
just gone.
That's like unless you get in an Uber, there's some Ubers where like the scent is so strong where at first you're like, this smells pretty good in here. And then by the end of the car ride, you just have the meanest headache because it actually smells like fucking urine.
the well-known famous urine car freshener.
Yeah. How often do you guys change these? Because I think once you buy one, or it comes in like a pack of 3 or 5, but once you put one up, I don't think you ever change it until it really starts to stink. Like if you're farting in your car and like just scratching your balls all the time, then it'll start to smell pretty nasty, and then you got to probably change it.
Yeah.
But probably like a good 3 years.
I mean, that's been there for longer than that. I may have literally bought that car freshener in 2005.
Kyle's the king of, and we've spoke about this before, he will run anything he has down to the bone before it has to get like repaired or fixed.
Well, yeah. Oh, for hell yeah on that. I mean, for certain things, I'm very lazy. And I'm just like, I don't know, it works well enough. The famous example of that is my first car, the Cavalier, Chevy Cavalier. I went to go pick Corin up, and you heard the screeching brakes.
Oh.
It was like...
I was like, something
every time I
off.
hit the brakes, and he was like, what the fuck are you doing? I was like, what do you mean, bro? He's like, the noise your car's making. I was like, oh yeah, something. It's like the brakes or something. He's like, yo, you have to get that fixed like yesterday.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah.
You were like, it's on my list of things to do. I was like, no, that needs to be like on your list of things that are already done.
Have you ever run out of gas before driving?
No, but we have.
I've run out of gas before.
And it's a very similar situation to what we're doing right now.
That was the one time with you, but we didn't run out that time. We actually got the gas.
Oh, we did get it. It was like in Harlem.
But there was a time I legit ran out of gas. And the most embarrassing thing is that it was literally a 3-minute drive from my house.
Oh. I don't know.
I had to call my mom. I was like, "Mom, I need your help."
Did she come with one of those little red, bucket things?
I forget. I don't remember her doing that. I feel like that's not how it went down. I feel like I had to walk to the nearest gas station or something and get a can and put in a little bit to then drive it back to the gas station to fill it up. But there's no feeling worse than like you will think you are the dumbest motherfucker on the planet when you're driving and you know the E-light has been on for a hot minute.
Yep.
And then you press the gas, and when it doesn't go when you hit the gas, and you're like, oh no, what have I done? And then you just turn like what could be an easy chore, just going to fill the gas tank. You turned it into like a 2-hour ordeal now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't
procrastinate, kids. Don't procrastinate.
Get gas
don't be
in
me.
your car.
Don't be Kyle.
I always think about that in terms of like, I've gotten into accidents before where I've like I've hit somebody's car and I try to think, why can't I just rewind this like 2 seconds when I didn't do that?
That's a hilarious thought.
Like 2 minutes ago, my car was fine, their car was fine. We didn't have to exchange insurance or anything. Yeah. But I did what I did, and I'm not able to fix it. And that's similar to like gas, I feel like. It's just like, if you just got gas every time you drove past the gas station, you wouldn't have had to like walk to the gas station, fill up your gas tank, and like fixed whatever problem you were in at that time.
That reminds me, I remember when I had
that big ass Oreo on the back of that truck.
Remember when I had the worst luck when I had a 2004 Mustang. Mm-hmm. It was a used Mustang.
Silver joint.
Yeah, and it only had like almost no miles on it, like 10,000 miles on it or something. Mm-hmm. And I was so excited, and I got this car. It was the first car I ever got where like I actually got the car I wanted, and it wasn't like, an old rickety thing. Yeah. Even though it was still kind of old at the time when I got it. But I just liked the way it looked. But anyway, within the time span of like 4 months, 5 months or something, I got absolutely hammered in the car by somebody else who just drove into it.
I was in the car.
You were in the car for one of them, yeah, not both of them.
Oh.
One of them I was at a light.
We were playing poker.
that's the other one with you. So the one with
it's a different
Corin,
time?
we're sitting at a light. We had played poker that night, and then a dude just fucking nails me.
It was like 2 a.m, and Kyle looked in the rearview mirror and was like,
"That dude is not stopping." I think I said it.
"Yeah,
I was
you
like,
said
that dude's
this
not
guy's
stopping.
not stopping or slowing down." I was like, "What? What?"
Dude hit us at like 20 miles an hour, which feels like a lot more than that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And he tried to be a Jedi, so he pulled over to the side, like you normally do, and you exchange information and get like contact insurance. So he pulls over to the side, which Kyle pulled over, opened his door. Kyle opened his door to like talk to the guy. As soon as he did that, the guy sped off, and it was like a dirty, dusty road, so he started swerving, so he couldn't see his license plate. So Kyle, like, on some, like, you were like, who's Clint Eastwood or like some like James
Steven Seagal in 1993.
Or yeah.
I hopped in my car and I just fucking gunned it.
It was like the craziest, like, it was the craziest thing I ever saw, because like I would have been like, yo, he's leaving, to nobody. But Kyle just like instinctually hop back in the car.
That. No, fuck that. You just hit my shit. Fuck that. You're paying for this shit.
But like, so we were, I'm not exaggerating, we were in a high speed, like, Need for Speed car chase.
But it ended in a womp womp kind of way.
It ended in a womp womp.
I had to give up. He was too far ahead, and I was just like...
But I was even thinking,
what happens
like,
if we catch him? Like, what am I going to do?
What would have happened if you caught him?
Yeah,
are you going to ram
Come on,
into his
bro. What are you doing, bro? Stop. Like,
Where's
what am
my
I going to
money?
do?
Where's my money, man? I'm tired of you ducking me.
Yeah, and you don't know what the fuck is going on. That dude might be fucking strapped or something.
It was like 2 a.m. in Norwalk, Connecticut. He
Yeah.
must have been on some crack or like heroin, driving, or drunk or
just
something.
drunk, probably drunk.
Yeah. But you're right. What would we have done if, what is he going to stop and just be like, I made a mistake?
It, like, that rational thought came into my mind after we had been engaged in a high-speed chase for about 45 seconds or a minute. I was just like, what am I doing? Like, this is not going to end well. Let me just stop. But then the other time I got hit in my car, I was on my way back from work. This is when I worked at the car dealership.
Mm-hmm.
And there's like a weird area on my drive back where there's a lane that turns right, but people are not usually sure it turns right because there's a cone in between the right lane and this center right lane.
Okay.
And I was in the center right lane turning right. Dude behind me just fucking, bam, whomped into the back of my car because I had to, like, slow down for the turn because of the car in front of me.
Yeah.
Hit it, and then immediately sped off.
Oh, he bounced too?
Immediately sped off, and I was like,
Wasn't this all in like a matter of 2 weeks?
That's what I'm saying. It was in like 4 months or something like that.
That's wild.
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. But anyway, let's talk about what we actually were planning on talking about.
Yeah, so we're on the new Tappan Zee right now. I don't know if you've seen it in the background, but they built a whole new bridge. And before...
The Mario Cuomo Bridge.
I don't know if
That's
you
the name of
know,
it now.
but that pink house over there, you see that pink house?
Yeah, I do.
So if anybody is from New York and drives over this, the old Tappan Zee Bridge, they built a new one. Yeah, what is it? Cuomo Bridge now?
They call it the Mario Cuomo Bridge because
Yeah.
the fucking governor is
Changed the name of the bridge.
Andrew Cuomo, and he wanted to name a bridge after his daddy.
Ugh.
Totally not corrupt in any way.
So there's a house that you could see off the Tappan Zee, and that pink house, rumor has it, and I think he was on MTV Cribs, and that's why it's, but that's Jay-Z's, Ja Rule's house.
Oh, he definitely can't afford that shit
Oh,
anymore.
no, it's definitely like, he's been evicted.
Yeah, he
That
definitely
house.
sold it to like some Wall Street asshole.
Yeah, he was caught up in that Firefly thing, and now he's just a big joke, but that's always, supposedly, rumor has it, Ja Rule's house, so shout out to Ja Rule. It's murder!
Ja Rule, big secular talk and Corin's World guy.
Yeah,
Ja
he's a
Rule.
big fan of the show.
Loves politics. Big Bernie guy.
So we're on our way up to the new Catskills Casino to play a little Texas Hold'em. And before we got on air, we were just talking about one of our boys, Tommy K, who is just an exceptional poker player. He's going to be on a chat with Corin because he's got some interesting stories. But long story short, at one point when we were in high school, he moved out to Las Vegas, bought a house out there, and basically became like a professional gambler. He was a poker player and made tons and tons and tons of money. So he's a very interesting dude, like poker-wise, but having a conversation-wise, he's the most boring guy out there. He's very bland, and I'd tell him this to his face, so I'm not saying anything behind his back. But he's probably got crazy poker stories for days. But to that point, we were talking about how good he was and on a different level of poker than I am. Not so much Kyle, because we all have different like tendencies of how we play. But
Yeah.
Kyle's been playing more, and we're going to go play right now, and we were just talking about how we play.
So he he's good at everything, you know, and that's actually one of the things. They say that one of the reasons why Phil Ivey is considered like one of the greatest of all time is that his skill set transfers. Like, he was the best in online poker. He was really good in online poker. He was good in live poker. He's good at cash games. He's good at tournaments. He's good at everything. And
this is who, Phil or Tommy?
This is Phil Ivey,
oh, okay.
But my point is that's actually exactly like Tommy is also. He's good at everything.
Yeah.
And I've had...
he's good at fighting, too. He got into a fight one time in middle school. Do you remember that? At New Rock City, he got into a... Yeah, I feel like you might have been there.
No, I definitely wasn't.
It was at that club, like Eclipse or something like that in New Rock. Well, anyway. So he's good at adapting to tournaments and cash games. Yeah,
and what Corin and I were just talking about is, you know, we've both been playing. We were part of the Chris Moneymaker boom of poker.
Yeah.
Because, you know, ESPN was playing the NHL, but they were on strike that year, and then they played World Series of Poker, and it was the first time you ever got to see the whole cards.
Yeah.
And so we, like, we were the perfect age to catch that phase where, like, everybody in our age group was just obsessed with poker. And there were all these tournaments that we had in high school, like every Friday after school we'd go play. And then we would play at these clubs, these sketchy-ass clubs at night.
Yeah.
We were definitely in way over our heads with that. But basically, like, I was always really good at tournaments. And I think the reason why I was good at those is they actually... If you have a pretty, what they call a nitty style, which is basically like a very conservative, ironically, it's a conservative style, like a conservative pre-flop strategy, and where, sorry, we gotta, yes, that is a GPS from the year like 2004.
It's the old school Garmin, yeah.
But yeah, if you play a nitty style or you know, you play like a rock, very tight pre-flop, and you stick to your fundamentals.
That's how I play.
And you basically... in tournaments, it's just survival. Like, just hang on. That's all you got to do. And every hand that you're in the tournament is one step closer to your goal. And so that's the first kind of poker I've ever played is tournament poker and not cash game poker. So tournament poker is what I think of as like the purest form of the game. And it's what I like the best and what I have the most success with. I mean, there was a time I remember, I don't know if you came with me. I don't think you did. But there was this lifeguard who was like my sister's age. My sister's older than me.
Yeah, what was his name? He used to play.
His name's Andrew.
Andrew, and we used to call him Andrew Lifeguard.
And he invited me and a few of my friends to like one of his home game tournaments, and we ended up playing 2 tournaments. And it was probably like a 2-table or 3-table, so maybe 27 people or 18 people. And I won the first one, and then everybody's like, "Yeah, I want to play another one." Yeah, let's play another one. And then I won the second one.
Damn.
And I walked out of there with more money than I'd ever had in my life.
Yeah.
And I was like, this was awesome. And I was, of course, never invited back to that tournament. But I've always been really good and had, you know, I would say I probably cashed.
Yeah, you're always good in tournaments.
I don't know if I cashed in like 50% of the tournaments I played in, but it was high. It was maybe 30%, 40% of the tournaments I played in.
Well, to that point, I was saying to you before we started recording, your style would be like you can have 1 chip left, but still like work that into like cashing or getting second or first in the tournament.
Because you know what happens in tournaments? A lot of people panic when they get down to having like 10 big blinds or 12 big blinds.
Yeah.
They panic and they're like, they'll shove it all in with like an ace-4 offsuit. And it's like,
yeah.
I know that there's a lot of poker books that say that that's the right move at that point in time. But if you're really playing survival, then no, maybe wait, you know, 1 or 2 more rounds and then you get ace-jack suited. And then you actually double up.
Yeah.
And I feel like people panic when they get on that short stack and they don't, and so they're not thinking as clearly about it. Yeah. And you could just hang on. That's it. The whole game is hang on in a tournament. Because you at least
get like 8 or 9 more hands. If you could pay for a couple blinds, then it buys you like 18 more hands or something like that, you know, depending if you made it to the final table. But like, there's a lot of hands to be seen if you could just, you know, buy your way through a couple blinds.
But now I will say that I don't think my style would do too well in really big tournaments because you can't play a super nitty style in like a fucking 1,000-person tournament because what are you gonna do? You're gonna fold your way into the money through 1,000 people? No, you're gonna end up hitting a wall maybe 4 or 5 hours into the tournament where you're really short stacked unless you're getting a lot of cards.
Yeah.
So I think specifically for the kind of tournaments we played, which was like 1 table, 2 table, 3 table,
yeah,
that's where my style jived the best and where I made most of my money. But I've always been like really bad at cash games, and Corin and I were trying to figure out why that is, and I'm not sure, man. I think it has a lot to do with the fact that in cash games people splash around more, they play shittier cards.
Shut the
yeah, that's gonna keep going.
There's they have an endless bankroll, so there's no fear of like getting knocked out. In a tournament, you could usually buy back in once or twice or maybe 3 times, depending on how early you get knocked out.
I like no rebuy tournaments.
Yeah, no rebuys are as good.
Yeah.
But a cash game, there's no consequences to getting knocked out. So if you buy in for $500,000 and you lose all that money, if you've got another $500,000, you're right back started where you were at and have another chance to double up your money and get your money back. Whereas a tournament, no,
let's be clear, we don't play those stakes.
No.
We're going to play 1-2 right now.
Yeah, but people will be more loose with their cards and play like dog crap hands because they know if I get knocked out, I could just come right back. You know?
So tournaments are more about pre-flop play and pre-flop selection of hands, and cash games are more about post-flop play. So betting on the flop, the turn, and the river, and actually, trying to hit bigger hands, trying to hit a straight, hit a flush, maybe hit a full house. So it's just
a full house without Aunt Becky.
I didn't get that at first. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? I think that I've never honestly, and it pains me to say this, but it's true. I think the better players are the players who are good at cash games. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
It's definitely a different style of play, and I'll put my style of play in tournaments up against anybody in the size tournaments that I'm good at. But for cash games, there's just a lot more post-flop play, and that's, again, to go back to Tommy, who you referenced before, who you'll be talking to soon on your channel.
He loves post-flop play.
It's just that he knows...
He loves the post-flop play.
He knows when to bet. He knows when to bluff. He knows when somebody has something, when somebody doesn't have something.
But he's got very obvious tells, too, like that that's actually when he's going to fold normally, is when he clenches his cards, makes his little face, and does his eyebrows.
We should get that on camera somehow.
Yeah, But no, Tommy's going to be on a chat with Corin because he's got probably crazy stories. He, when we were in high school, hit this thing called a bad beat and won like $17,000.
It wasn't that much. It was that much?
Yeah, because he was
$17,000. Jesus Christ!
It was a lot. It was either $9,000 or like $15,000.
I think it was more like 9. Because even 9 is insane. I mean, the $9,000, and we're talking about when we're in high school.
I think it was more than that.
Really?
Yeah, I'll get the correct info on that. But he won, I think it was double-digit thousands, like 10 or above. It might have been like 12,000.
Damn.
We've thrown out a lot of different thousands. He won $5, the man. But yeah, we're gonna go to the casino right now, see how we do. We'll update you on the way back.
We'll see if we can get some footage and some pictures and stuff for you guys.
Yeah, we'll try and get it thrown out of the casino like Will Smith and Fresh Prince.
We'll try to walk you through the experience, but my guess is that after we record like
some
3
big bald
hands,
security
they'll be like,
like,
yeah, that's not allowed.
Yeah.
You just gotta not, the whole thing is just don't show the other people's faces. That's really it.
Yeah.
But sometimes they'll be hard asses probably and be like, no, you can't show anything.
And the only thing with recording, so like, I've been a little sketched out with just holding a phone in front of my face and recording, which I got to get more comfortable with. Which I don't mind doing it on FaceTime because I'll hold my phone out vertically, and I don't care to talk that way on FaceTime or like on speakerphone. But once you hold the phone sideways in front of you, people are like, "What are you doing?" I think there's a little bit more weird like stigmatism with holding your phone sideways.
That's true, but then again, at the same time, if you just get in your own head, like, no, I am doing this.
Yeah, I know.
And you own it, then people will be like, I guess he's doing that, whatever it is.
It's like people talking on Bluetooths in their ear. At first, everybody was like, that's so weird. It looks like this guy. And people are still like, it looks like he's talking to himself. But now it's sort of normalized where if you see somebody walking down the street talking, you're like, oh, this guy is a weirdo. He's talking to himself. Then you look at his ear and there's like a blue light blinking. You're like, oh, okay, he's on his Bluetooth. Whereas if you just normalize holding your phone to the side, it'll be fine. But doing it at a poker table, they're probably like, you're doing something. You're recording something. No,
you don't record yourself at the poker table. Is that what you were thinking?
No, like you record the table. Yeah, like the hands and shit.
No, but you you just hit record and you hold the phone down, leaning up against the pad.
Oh.
And so it just looks like your phone is hanging sideways.
Oh, so we might get some footage.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But even doing that, somebody will be like, what are you... Because the dude next to you, they might be able to see a little bit of the screen.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
But no, it's not holding in any way, because if you then they'll definitely be like,
Yeah,
no.
true.
But if you just hold it sideways, prop it up against the pad... Oh, that might have stopped the recording. Oh, it didn't.
No,
wow.
yeah.
I thought it did. I don't know.
I only got 10% left. But I'm going to try and do that for a little, because if someone does catch on to that, they're going to think something weird's going on. Because there's mad cameras, and if they could zoom in on my phone and something and see that I'm recording the table, they're going to think we're up to something.
Yeah.
Unless, like, the pit boss watches us and he comes back later and he's like, were you guys recording?
Well, what I was going to say is... I don't know. Do we say to them up front, like, hey, we're just going to record a few hands, not showing anybody's faces?
No.
Well, that's the thing is...
I'm just going to record a couple, like I'll just record the table. I don't need, like, people don't give a shit to see, like, me folding every single hand.
You know what's funny? We're talking about this now. This is definitely not going to make it into the final video because because Molly's going to chop it out because we'll probably end up getting a little bit of footage from the table and she'll just throw it in instead of us talking about getting footage from the table for all that time.
That's a good point.
Yeah, that's true.
But we're on our way. I'm going to charge my phone up. Kyle K in the house on Corin's World.
That's right.
Subscribe. 27,000 people still got to subscribe. Shout out to all those comments that say I'm too thirsty. I'm super dehydrated. Nah, all right. We'll talk to you later. Peace. We just got here. I was just sleeping and being the worst road trip roommate ever. Kyle drove. I give him a lot of props because I was just like, I gotta pass out because I was so tired from this flight. But we just got here. About to lose all of our money. And then we'll drive home miserable. So we'll see you soon. Peace out. Walking straight to the cashier. Is it okay? Yeah.
How much you up?
100.
From Blackjack?
Yeah. Got black now.
That's victory. That's the site of victory.
This is the second time going to the cashier.
It looks like he's got security guards going with him. He's got a new job, gambling and winning.
Thanks, brother.
What's up, bitches?
You. So we are leaving as winners, motherfucker! Oh, excuse my language.
We won. Right now we're standing in a blizzard in upstate New York.
Yeah, it's like snowing. Like you can see that snow.
Show them that. See if they can see it.
No, I can't
by the
flip
light.
it around.
Oh, you can't?
No.
What if you turn it and just show them?
Everybody just got dizzy. Yeah.
Sideways. The snow is blowing sideways.
It's like super weird because it was sunny today and like nice.
Yeah.
So we finished playing. The casino's actually pretty nice if you're ever in the Catskills. The dealers are a little shady just because they're all new, so they don't know what they're doing. They'll put people at like different tables, and they're like it'd be off balanced. But we won. I won like 800 beans. Kyle won some change.
Yeah, I won $100.
Yeah, but he was killing it on the poker table. He was doing his thing. I tried to play poker and just got demolished.
Let's do the review in the car. I can't fucking talk out here.
Okay.
It's too hard.
All right. Peace.
Okay, we're here. We're back.
Now we're in the car.
Corin's a rich man.
For some reason, blackjack is my thing. I have like a pattern of betting down, and I look like I have like a face shield on right now because of this little black thing.
Yeah, I
cover.
see that. Uh-huh.
But no, blackjack I do okay. I try to play poker. Kyle was doing his thing at poker, but I was betting into guys that had the absolute best.
So tell
hand.
them, in Hold'em, you bought into Hold'em twice, right?
Yeah, for
but you
150.
bought in for 150 twice.
Yeah.
You lost.
Yep.
Both times.
Yep.
But then you went to the blackjack table
And won right back in like
and you won
2
everything
seconds.
back and then some.
Yeah.
And you were up hundreds of dollars. How much did you make?
8 bills.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Who
So
makes $800?
drinks on me tonight, Corin's World.
So for me, the poker session started out kind of slow. I bought in for $300. I was down to $150 or so, and then I ended up $75. And then I won $75, cashed in for $300, cashed out $375. Then I went to the what's it called, roulette table,
Roulette, yeah.
and I did this thing called the martingale system, where you basically choose either red or black, and then you just bet that. And if you lose, then you have to double your bet for that. So the minimum bet is $15. I put 15 on red.
Yeah.
When it hit black, you got to put 30 on red. And a little piece of advice for everybody: go do that now.
Yeah, you'll win.
Because what happens is like you chip away.
It's
Basically,
incremental.
Yeah, what you're basically your bet is this: I bet you that one color will not come up 5 times in a row.
Yeah.
Now sometimes it does come up 5 times in a row and you'll lose, but most of the time it does not come up 5 times in a row.
Yeah.
So you're gonna basically I made like $25 at that. So overall up $100 for the trip. I had fun.
Yeah.
Me and Corin, we never really go to casinos that much
No.
anymore.
It used to be our specialty.
Yeah, and we never really play poker or any of that anymore.
Yeah.
So it's nice to actually do it, and it's nice to book a little win, man.
Yeah.
I won 2 big pots in poker.
Yep.
Which made me up.
One of them,
And-
I was a good luck charm.
yeah,
came
one
by.
of them. I told Corin, you're a good luck charm, because he walked up behind me, and one of the first hands I get was ace-9. I hit an ace on the flop. I'm betting hard. And on the river, I hit a 9, so I had 2 pair.
Yeah.
And I bet 3 streets, made maximum value off that, and immediately got out of the hole just on that one hand.
Yeah.
And then there was one other hand where I did well. I had queen jack of clubs, and I flopped top pair with a jack. Other 2 cards on the board were nothing, bricks. And then I was betting hard. Dude was calling. And then I was in the lead anyway, but then I went club on the turn, club on the river to hit a flush, runner for a flush. Took a huge pot down there, and so I went from in the hole 150 to up $75. Holla at your boy.
Yeah, and my dumbass, when I was playing Hold'em, I was basically betting into people that had a hand that can't be beat. So I was the aggressor, and the person that had the ideal hand was basically thinking in their head, like, look at this dumbass betting into me right now. I did that twice, and I blew my stack twice. So that's when I went back to blackjack and was just like, because blackjack to me is like you could win faster.
Yeah, you said you don't like how slow
I don't
Hold'em
like the
is.
slow pace of Hold'em. Like I used to in high school because we would stay there till like the middle of the morning. But I felt a lot of pressure for Kyle's martingale system because he asked me to choose a color, red or black.
And he picked red, and
I
we
picked
went with
red, and
But it worked. We won.
We won. The first hand it was like black 3 hands in a row, and I was like, I feel like a dick.
Yeah, but I wasn't really panicking because
No.
we still had
2 more
basically
hands,
2
probably.
more bets to
Yeah.
make sure it doesn't. To make sure one of them comes red. And
Yeah.
I was like, we'll get it within the next 2.
It's
and lo and
basically
behold, we did.
50-50 except for the
48
green.
point
Yeah,
something
exactly.
something. Yeah, it's 48%
So you have good
chance.
you have a good odd to hit your color.
Yeah.
So try that if you're a gambler. But I don't advocate you go and gamble. Because
I mean, the odds are, like, I was explaining to Corin before, the martingale system works a lot of the time, but the way it, like, eventually you'll have what's called a catastrophic loss, where it really does come, like, 5 black in a row, and then you're asked out, and you lost everything you gained for the past however long. But if you're somebody like me, and you gamble once in a blue moon, and it just so happens the last, 4 times I've done the martingale system, I didn't have the catastrophic loss, so now I'm net up. So I've actually beat the casino for money at this point. But obviously the way it works is, the old saying, like, eventually the casino will get you if you keep going back. But then that's a good thing that, the closest one to us is an hour and 20 minutes away, so I can't fucking go to the casino all the time.
Yeah, and I had a good luck charm because when I sat down at the poker table, I heard one of the guys say, he was like, oh, all the ATM machines are down in the casino. And I was like, thank God, because I've had my days where I've been a frequent flyer mile to the ATM machines. But luckily, today was a success for both of us. We're chilling. The casino's really nice. The dealer's, again, a little suspect, but, like, I give him credit because, like, it is fairly new, and people are mean to them because they're the scapegoats. But ultimately, they have no control over what they're doing. So shout out to us. We have some money right now. Don't come and rob us.
Seriously, pause and reflect. You just fucking, like, made bank, dude.
Yeah, shout out. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, subscribe. I'm still mad at everybody.
You made bank. Like, I'm impressed. That's so much fucking money.
Yeah.
I'm happy with my $100 win, and this dude's over here fucking swimming in boatloads of cash.
Yeah, like I said, drinks are me tonight, so send me your address, and I'll send you a Michelob Ultra.
What?
All right, peace out. We're done.
Later, guys.